You're not the real heroes. I'm the real hero.
We saw A-Train's redemption arc in Season 4 of The Boys, but will the Deep get the same treatment after making us dislike him so much? Plus, Billy Butcher's character might be giving us a big clue about Season 5. And speaking of The Boys Season 4, Eric Kripke and the cast have hinted at some romantic developments, family issues, and more for Season 5. The director has even teased Butcher could go either way. So what do we know about Season 5 of The Boys? Well, here's the body leakage scoop we got on it. Let's start with The Boys Season 4 Episode 7, where director Katrina McKenzie teases Billy Butcher's arc in Season 5. Since premiering on Prime Video in 2019, creator Eric Kripke's hit superhero parody show has captivated audiences. Season 4, which continued Butcher's violent quest against Homelander and Vought, shows the character taking increasingly extreme measures to accomplish his mission. Butcher's story is set to conclude in The Boys Season 5, which will serve as the show's last. In a recent interview with Screen Rant, McKenzie discussed what awaits Butcher in The Boys Season 5, hinting at the character's continued struggle between his light and dark instincts. While McKenzie doesn't exactly know where Butcher's story will go, she expressed excitement at seeing what Kripke comes up with. This is what McKenzie said. Obviously, there's been comments about how zeitgeisty this show is about where we're at, and Butcher is kind of our access into this world. He's the human who's taking on these superheroes. I think all of us are animals, and we all have these outrageous impulses. Some of us act on them, but some of us go, you know what, I'm an animal, but I'm also a civilized, sophisticated member of a community, and I have a social conscience. What I love about Eric Kripke is the way he's created this character of Butcher that could go either way. He has the potential for terrible violence, but he also has a conscience, and he has these memories and commitments to characters that keep him in check. Sort of. I'm actually going back to Toronto to do Season 5, and I'm so excited to see where Kripke takes Butcher. I think it is sort of the call to arms asking, what is it to be human, and what is it to run a race that's full of integrity, grace, and wisdom, rather than just kill the world or smash it with vengeance and violence? I'm really interested to see how he threads that needle, and it remains to be seen how he takes Butcher to the end of that line. As for how The Boys Season 4 sets up Butcher for the next season, it's clear that Butcher has a massive choice to make. Throughout Season 4, he's been torn between his thirst for revenge and his lingering humanity. This internal struggle becomes even more evident in Season 4, Episode 6, when it's revealed that Joe Kessler is just a figment of Butcher's imagination. His visions of Becca and Kessler represent his light and dark sides respectively. So far, it's not clear which side is winning. Episode 7 ramps up the tension as Butcher comes into possession of the soup virus, stored in Kimiko's severed leg. However, he doesn't yet have a weaponized version strong enough to kill Homelander. According to Dr. Shaw, creating a version of the virus capable of taking down Homelander would trigger a global pandemic that could kill every soup, leaving Butcher with a significant moral dilemma. The finale of Season 4 has determined a lot, but whether Butcher prioritizes his quest against Homelander over his relationships with soup friends like Starlight and Kimiko will likely be a central question heading into Season 5. Adding to the pressure is Butcher's brain tumor, which has severely limited his time. He clearly wants to take Homelander out before he dies. How Butcher's story will conclude in The Boys Season 5 is uncertain, but challenging days are evidently ahead for him. The Boys have been finding more ways to make Butcher unlikable, with a minor revelation from Season 4 helping set up his likely role in the upcoming 5th and final season of the show. Since the beginning of The Boys, Butcher has been a purposefully shady character. Although Butcher's hatred for Homelander and other corrupt soups makes sense within the context of the show, his willingness to commit some truly horrible acts to get his revenge has always made him hard to fully root for. Season 4 of The Boys has further expanded upon that aspect of the character, especially with Butcher's health deteriorating due to the effect of the temporary compound V he used throughout Season 3. While his noble streak has popped up a few times, he remains the most ruthless and unlikable member of The Boys' main cast of characters. A new revelation further highlights his character flaws and could make it easier for audiences to root against him if he follows the general arc of his comics counterpart. The Boys seem to be increasingly setting up Butcher as the final threat of the series, which actually tracks with the source material. In the original comics, Homelander's plan to forcibly take control of the world was quickly squashed, with the villain killed in a brawl with his clone. The final storyline of the original comic series, The Bloody Doors Off, saw Butcher decide to eliminate anyone with Compound V in their system, including his teammates. This builds an emotional final confrontation between Huey and Butcher over the fate of the world. It seems like the Prime Video show is on a similar path towards turning Butcher into the show's final antagonist in Season 5. Season 4 has been drawing attention to Butcher's instability and dangerous qualities, forcing the others to reckon with his dark side. Joe Kessler's influence on Butcher could push him away from the group, and his worst decisions, like cheating on his beloved Becca, justify such a self-centered turn for the character. While the show may not fully recreate the ending of the comic, it sure seems to be setting up Butcher for a similar role in the finale. As for what's in store for redemption in Season 5, it's clear that Deep's character arc isn't heading in that direction. From his very first appearance in The Boys, Deep has shown why he shouldn't be redeemed. He crossed a line early on, and the show has continuously emphasized how far he went. In Season 1, there's that controversial scene where Deep sexually assaults Starlight right after she joins the team. This moment has defined his character for the first 2 seasons, and the series has repeatedly highlighted the tragic impact it had on Starlight. Redeeming him would be a poor choice, considering the gravity of his actions. Starlight is still one of the main protagonists, making it incredibly tough for viewers to get on board with any attempt to redeem Deep, one of the most despised characters in the series. Instead, it's better for the show to keep Deep on his current path as one of the biggest villains and worst people in the Boys universe. Furthermore, A-Train's storyline in Season 4 complicates any chance of the Deep finding redemption. Queen Maeve's destruction of the Seven's ideology in the early seasons and Black Noir's subtle redemption in Season 4 exemplify this approach. Therefore, the Deep's chances for redemption in Season 4 are slim, with Season 5 possibly representing his last opportunity. Based on his actions in Season 4, however, such an arc appears increasingly improbable. And that's that for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Your suggestions for future videos are always welcome in the comments below.